Hi folks, today we're going to be looking at the Honor Holly, which is a new smartphone from the Honor brand, which is, those who know, it's the Huawei brand. It's quite a slick little dual SIM, dual standby Android smartphone. In the box it comes with the usual warranty cards and quick start guide, plus a little follow on for the forums and charge cable. So the handset itself is fairly middle of the road, but nicely put together, you might say. It features a 5-inch 720 by 1280 screen, touchscreen, with a 1.3 gigahertz processor, quad core, and 16 gigs of RAM on board, a 1 gig of 16 gigs of storage, sorry, and 1 gig of RAM. If we take it out and have a look at the back, you'll see it runs also with a 2000 milliamp hour battery. I'll turn it right way out, you can see that's a 2000 milliamp hour battery. The twin SIM card slots and the microSD slot here, and the 8 megapixel camera stuck on the back there. Fairly simple controls, power and volume up and down, headphone at the top, and micro USB for the charge at the bottom. Running Android 4.4.2. There are a couple of nice touches which we like. One of them is you can, rather like the Honor 6, which we tested a while back, you can set the home screen to be a simple one. So for those who don't like all those tiny little icons, you can have it very basic like this and do everything from a very simple and easy to use front end. I think, funnily enough, newcomers to Android may find, some of them may find this, especially, you know, those who are not familiar with smartphones in general, may find this kind of UI really nice. For that, if you want to revert back, it's quite simple. Just hit the standard home screen and you get back to the familiar Android options. It runs quite nicely. It's running Android with this Huawei or Honor UI, which means that you don't get a drawer, which I find a app drawer. You get just the apps all placed onto the home screen, which is a little bit strange, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. And here you go, 4.4.2 on the Android. There's full access to Google Play, as you'd expect, and it's quite a peppy little unit. The browsing is quite cool for this little quad core. It's not the fastest processor in the world, but at this sort of level and for this sort of budget price, you know, they're all much of a muchness really, and there's not much different between them. So we take a look at the YouTube. This is running YouTube here, running a standard video. It's got a single speaker, so you're not going to get a very loud response out the speaker, but it seems to be okay. It handles, obviously we're using on Wi-Fi, it handles YouTube fairly well. The resolution seems to be pretty, whoops, this is pretty dark, but the resolution seems to be pretty good, as you see. So there you go. Similarly maps is pretty responsive. Again, not it hasn't got a lot of RAM in it, but for the price you're getting a decent smartphone which comes with a little bit of pedigree. I mean, the Honor brand may be new, but Huawei's certainly not a Mickey Mouse player in the smartphone or in the telecommunications arena. You get a bunch of tools already installed when you get it, which you'll either love or hate. FM radio, obviously, a calculator, sound recorder, file manager and flashlight, and a music player, of course, and the camera. If we take a quick look at the camera, I'll do some sample shots as usual. Let me see if I can find something to find. There we go, we'll do that, shall we? So fairly responsive camera, and video similarly gives you a sort of a fairly good response. But as I say, we'll do proper samples rather than just relying on you looking through the screen here. The other thing which might be quite popular is you get the opportunity to edit your home screen. So if you want to remove the Google search button from search bar from the top and have a little bit more real estate, you can do that in this this particular system, which is quite nice. And of course there's the usual configuration of things like transitions, wallpapers. You can set up your choice of fancy wallpapers if you want to customize your experience and get something a little bit more exotic. So there you have it, the Honor Holly, which is kind of a difficult name to say actually when you try to do it fast. Anyway, 1.3 gigahertz quad-core smartphone. It's a good starter phone. Get it at the right price. Definitely worth a look. Nice and solid feel. You know, and doesn't feel cheap. As usual, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel so we can bring you more cool stuff like this. Thanks very much.